Hey everyone, Wiggles here. In this video, I'm going to go over the Sage class, going through the ins and outs on both the Awakening and the Succession spec, as well as give you my full take on the class. Ultimately, I'm here to be answering the question if you should be maining Sage in Black Desert Online. Let's get right into it. So Sage is a genius inventor from the ancient race. Most of the ancient weapons you see in Black Desert are his inventions. The Hysteria, Akman, and Sakura. He uses advanced technology and some magic as well. As for the weapons, he uses the weapon called the Kiv, which is that cube that just spins around him like this. And if you go the Awakening route, you get the Kybelius, which is pretty much like a lightning spear. He can bend time and space, or use lightning to his will. He summons energy from the other dimensions with his Awakening, and cross parallel realities in his Succession. Sage is a powerful class and sits around the middle when compared to all the other classes. That being said, the best Sages truly know how to dominate their foes regardless of any kind of tier list. At first, you may think his attacks and his movement feel very slow, but once you get the hang of how to move on the Sage, you'll notice that he's actually quite a fast action per minute class with a ton of different opportunities that he can use to his advantage. If you know what you're expecting from your foe, you can easily get away with these Rift Chain abilities. Rift Chain is a great spell because it makes an iframe on your character, which allows you to pretty much get out of anything. You just have to time it well. Sage is one of those classes that is able to act steps ahead of their enemies to gain an advantage in combat. They are masters of time and space, so it makes sense for them to act steps ahead of their competition. As a Sage class, you get a ton of different AoEs that you can use to your advantage. No matter if you choose Succession or Awakening, you have so many different options to just destroy all the foes around you. Looking at the skills, their main passive that you gain every couple of levels on the class gives you accuracy and casting speed, which these two things are just great for all things PvE and PvP in the game. They also get Augmentation, which increases your magic AP by 20. And a Tor's Eye, which is a great quality of life advantage in this class. This allows them to enter ancient ruins without any requirements. So this is for the regions in Akman, Hysteria, Kraytuga, and Sakura, for the Abyssal Zone in the underwater ruins. Succession also gets more magic attack power, and they also get this great skill called Overdrive, which can increase their casting speed by 10%. And the great thing with this is if you surpass the 10 stacks, Reset's cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds. That brings me to Reset though. Reset is an amazing skill in the Sage. As you're casting this skill, you're getting super armor as well, which just makes it really reliable. But this skill resets your cooldowns of all the Sage class skills. So you're able to do the same combo twice, pretty much every 10 minutes in this game. Also, a great utility on this class is the fact that they get an illusion barrier. This gives you forward guard, as well as it gives you a DP buff. You gain 10% of your max MP recovered on blocks as well. This Rift Chain skill is one of my favorite skills in the game. It's really fun to use. And just like the example here, you're able to go in different directions during it. Whichever spec you choose, both specs are completely viable, and it comes down to the player's preference. Succession and Awakening are considered to be very similar at the moment, and there is not much of a difference between the two. Succession does tend to perform slightly better at high-end spots, but there isn't much of a difference to worry about it if you prefer the Awakening. Succession's Sage feels very powerful to play. They explode groups of enemies with various big AoEs using their Kiv weapon, and they can easily teleport with their great iframe on a low cooldown. That iframe is really useful. At first, their attacks may seem clunky and slow, but when you learn the proper rotations, you'll find that the teleport spell mixed with the right attacks makes this class a really fun and engaging class to play. My favorite combo to do is backwards F and then using your teleport skill to teleport in and burst them down, following it up with a backwards E. It's a great way to engage PvE and PvP, and it just sets you up for a good burst before you do another set of attacks. I love the animations on this class. Whether you choose Succession or the Awakening, all your skills look really cool as you're doing them. For PvP, Succession tends to be better for large scale, being able to pump out high amounts of damage with decent survivability, although Awakening is also viable and can deal good damage as well. But it has a higher stamina cost and is harder to manage your stamina, making it more difficult to deal damage safely. In 1v1s, both classes have their different set of pros and cons. Succession can be hard to catch out with these kinds of spells and their protected CC, but it doesn't have a grab skill like the Awakening set does. This just makes certain matchups much more difficult. In comparison, Awakening has a range grab but fewer protected CC options, and they can be a bit easier to catch out in a prolonged fight, giving the Awakening Sage a bit more variability when it comes to dueling in this game. A Succession Sage can do wonders in mass PvP if they're given enough space. Moving on to the Awakening. The Awakening kit for the Sage is a great adaptation to any kind of mage class. You harness the Kybelius Lightning Spear, which allows you to jump across the map and use the power of your inventions to send a real shock to your foes. If you want to be Thor, the Sage Awakening is definitely for you. Using its godlike powers, the Awakening Sage feels much more faster and deals with a few more combo variations than the Succession Sage can do. A good Sage is untouchable while being able to deal insane damage in a big AoE. The Awakening Sage allows you to combo multiple lightning spells together, resetting your cooldowns and redoing the exact same combo for a massive amount of damage. They also have enough utility in this game to help you get out of fights and easily get some extra space to use to your advantage. Personally, I prefer playing Awakening for the PvP situations in this game and Succession for PvE grinding. Both are very similar and you can get by completely fine whichever playstyle you choose. I love the big AoEs this class has, and you can get that in Succession and in Awakening. This is one of those classes that can completely outsmart their enemies while bursting them down without them even realizing it. Their unique explosions mixed with their fluid-like movement is a really fun take on a mage style class. Their lore is some of the coolest in the game, and I definitely recommend this class no matter what state they're in Black Desert Online. I know that the Sage won't disappoint. As for maining, I'll let that be up to you. Thanks for watching this video everyone, I hope you liked it. If you did, please give this video a like to tell YouTube that it's a good video, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I'm going to be doing reviews on all the classes, so stay tuned. Check out some of my other class review videos, I'll put a link to them at the end of this video. I really appreciate you supporting this channel, and I'll continue to make great Black Desert Online videos for you in the future. Thanks for subscribing, have a great day everyone, cheers.